we've just got a series of memories that they were all in at the moment that someone died. So this is when they're about to steal the ship. Where's this corpse? Oh, that's the one we've got to find outside the thing. You're not Paul. You're Paul's dog. Sorry. I'll call you PD. Is that cool? As much as it's an opportunity to say, hey, sup, dog, I think I'm too old for that. Like, not mature old, just literally old.
Go back!
Here.
Pepe!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats! The whole crew will be on us!
Give it up!
Can I say YOLO? Yeah. What's really funny is like when you look at people say YOLO and they like run head forward into thing in games. It's like, I don't know, that kind of makes me want to take it safer. It's like YOLO, stayed back, you know, assess the situation. So there's one of them, which doesn't help us. Where's his mate? I don't think they're both on the boat. What's that, Naughty Pine? So he's there. So we're trying to find him in this scene. We found his mate. Oh, here we go. All right. There's a bag. Okay, I think that's the clue. I think we need to find the bag. Let's go with like initials. Or it'll be hanging somewhere. Let's have a look inside first. See if we can find that bag. Where are their... I think they were over here. I don't think we're going to just find it here. I think we're going to find the... I think this is where they were playing cards. Oh, but he took the bag with him, so it won't be here. We'll have to go into a memory. So I think we go back to the bit of cold memory and have a look from there. Or probably anywhere that gives us access to down here. I mean, it could just be a wild goose chase, but it's something, right?
Sayed? Sayed Uto.
Okay, there's the bag.
Good deal.
With the pipe, with his pipe. 47. Gotcha. Which makes you all right. So that leaves us with... Who we got? I'm going to go to... I think it's the calling. Is it the murder or the calling? Murder's complete. Okay, Chinese topman. Oh, it's gonna be. I think the Chinese topman's gonna be the toughest ones, right? They rank three, yeah. Those are the two Russians that we've got. That's one of the seamen. That's the other Chinese topman. Not sure. Chinese topman. Another seaman. So I think we've got 3 seamen, 3 topmen. We just have to identify who's who. Yeah, okay. Which means someone who we don't know because it happened in the bargain is the third mate. What happened to the third mate? Martin Parrott. We're not supposed to know what happened to him. There's a couple of them we're not supposed to know what happened to. Also, the captain's steward. Something happened to him in the lazarette. He was locked up. So there, the Chinese topman. We know that we're pretty sure we got those two. Oh, and then we've got... So someone's missing then. We have an English seaman and one from Sierra Leone. These 3 guys and these 2 who we have no idea, we can't have any idea what happened to them because there's no option to say what happened to them. Am I missing a tick somewhere? There's 60 all up. There's 2 that we don't know. So that means there's another one we won't fill in straight away. Or it won't tell us. That's why we've got 1, 2... That's why we've got 7 left down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll only get to... And then the last one will be correct because we'll have the other... Okay, yeah, sure. So 3 Chinese topmen and these 2 fellas. One of these 2 is English, one's from Sierra Leone. You're only in 4 memories. Wait, did we name this guy? How did we name this guy? Is he not in the book? Was he named for us? Oh, I just clicked on him then. Okay, so I want to undo this because we don't know who that is. It was an accident. Oh. And we don't know what happened to him. That's rough. Whereas we know the other guy, he fell overboard. Okay. So he's in loose cargo. We won't... Oh, well, we know the deceased isn't talking. We should listen to this one. Wonder if there's any voice that'll help. Because we know the deceased isn't talking. And that's not because they're dead. It goes into moments before they're dead, but it shows you if the person that you're checking out is dead.
Wait! No!
I mean, that could have been him right at the end. The wait. No, down below, but there are 2 bodies we haven't found, but the book won't let us even. But we know who they are. We've seen them as alive people. One of them's in the lazarette. Well, the last time we saw, they were being taken to the lazarette, but we can't see in there and it's locked. We can see in there but we can't see a body. It is open though, so we don't know if he escaped or if something happened to him in there. But the book in the bargain section says that something was happening. You know, it's got a circle there as if that's the hint. That's not going to help us with this one. We need to get the next one. Alright, so I think he's sleeping during this one. There's no talking that's going to help us from that one either. I'm gonna need, yeah. We're definitely gonna need to find something that's gonna help us with this guy. While we're here, I'm gonna have a quick look at this one again. See if we can see any distinguishing features. I think that's probably him. Actually, we've gone through his one. What's the other dude? I think the other dude had a smaller... Yeah, he's pretty generic, right? The reason we haven't seen much of this guy is that he's only in 4 memories. I couldn't see him in this one though. Like we've had a look to... Oh no, he was in one of the rooms putting a crate on top of something. We did. He got shot, Gareth. There was a bullet hole in the wall. So we got that one. We're down to our last 2 trios. So there's 9 people altogether. 2 we believe are in the bargain, because we can't access them. That's the 3rd mate and the captain's steward, who we know who they are. They've been named, but there's no option to pick a death for them. So that means we have to, out of the 7 remaining... Oh, we've named the 2 Russians as well. So that leaves us with 3 of the Chinese topmen and the English seaman and the Sierra Leone seaman. So we only have to get... out of the remaining 5, we only need to get 4 of them, because then whichever one's left will be correct, provided we know how they die. The one with the pipe, there was one that was smoking a pipe and had like a shoulder bag, and it was hanging on his bunk. And so then the other Russian was the other Russian. Where is this guy here? So that means I think he's sleeping in this one, which means we have to try and find a sleeping person, maybe. Well, we'll go back to the bitter cold and see. He's only in 2 more memories. He's on the. Oh wait, he's in that one. That one. Oh, he's in both loose cargoes. So I don't think we'll check out the other loose cargo. But actually, we'll go have a look at this one first. I went with the one that hung with the 4th mate. Because I think, even though I think we were kind of on something with the uniform, I think that's thinking too far outside. Like we're thinking like we're going to be tricked because we know the game. Whereas if we were doing this job, all indications would be, you know, real life's not trying to mess with you deliberately. You know what I mean? So that was the one that was hanging around the 4th mate all the time, so it makes sense to be the 4th mate steward. And the other one was much older as well. What if one of the passengers alive and living in Africa is me? No, we're the insurance adjuster right now. We're on the boat. So this is the guy that we're trying to find out. One of these guys is from England, one is from Sierra Leone, between these two. And this is a big reconstruction of my mind. Ooh, meta. Maybe. That's right. Both look of non-white skin. And the one we could hear there is speaking English, but with definitely some, you know, sort of African dialect to it. So, but speaking English. Even though English is spoken, how much was English spoken in 1800 in Africa, though? So there's no speech in that one. But I don't think there's anything that's going to differ them. No. Afrikaans? Yeah, and Swahili, yeah. Okay, so that guy's only in 2 more memories, and one of them is the bitter cold. This one has the most clues out of all, and I can see why, but it's just a shame that this one was so so overused. Yes, he can, because we're playing a game in 1800, Naughty Pine. So are both of the guys here? He's here, he's here. So they're both here somewhere. Their numbers are... 55 and 57. So there's 55. That's 57. Oh, if we can see one of them awake, that's a given. But I don't think so. I think that one's... Is there no one in this one? Or is that someone sleeping the other way and that's their head there? clues. Does he only have one leg? Okay. Is anyone else hiding somewhere? We can't get... I don't think we can get into, like... Can we see someone through a... Okay, so this is part 1, so going back in time doesn't help us at all. How close was the... Yeah, the loose cargo goes straight into a bit of cold, so we can go forward in time, though. And see if anyone's up and about. No, wrong beds. One of the reasons we can't assume it's empty too is that both of them are present in this scene. So we need to find both of them in this scene. And they're both their beds. We know that someone's in here, so he's in his bed, whoever number 55 is. So Hamadiom is here, but can't be sure if this one's occupied or not. But so that's why if we can see him somewhere else, he's not one of these guys. Yeah, well, that's the 4 Indians. They're the 3 Russians. So we'd have to think in the next scene, if he's floating around in the next scene, 55 is definitely in bed. Alright. The one next to it is occupied. Well, this one is as well. That's 56. We've already identified that guy. That's Henry Brennan. We can't see out any of the windows or anything like that. No one's on one of the walks. Where's number 2? And is he present here? See, they're not present at 2. Why? Is that downstairs? See, and that's the issue. And then the next day, like this is the next day. What's this one? I think this is number 2, right?
Same as the other fellow. Same lung disease.
Yeah, so they locked that off. That's the... This is downstairs.
If so, we know. They must have picked it up at the last place. I checked all hands just now.
Yeah, no way, and he's not here. Neither of them are in this scene.
I gave him some hope. We'll see.
So the only way would be, yeah. So that's on the cargo deck. That's when the murder is happening. Is that happening at night, though? But it's downstairs, right? And then it goes straight to here the next day. So there's no way to identify them from that one. So we see him twice there. We have to assume they're sleeping in that one, and then this is the last time we see him. Unholy Captives Part 1. Alright, let's go find out who it is. We saw one of them sleeping, but the other, and we found the other bed, but we couldn't be certain if someone was in it or not. And I thought, well, if we see that person awake, then we know which one's which. But that's a bit too easy, and they're supposed to be tough ones. Which guy is it? Oh, we after that one. That was the guy that died right at the start. His hammock wasn't there because it never got put up. But yeah, there might be another night. So that's one of the guys. That guy's translating. And they're both here. Where's the other guy? So he's helping out there. This is the last memory we see this guy in, whereas we see this guy in a few more. He doesn't say anything there. They're like carrying the thing down. Where is he in this one? So, are there any other nights? Oh, back to our other guy. He dies here. So he actually dies in this one. Is he getting spiked as well? Oh, he gets spiked as well. He has to be, right? Like, that has to be the spike lifting up his thing. Like, that goes through there and into him as well. Right, so they get spiked by the beast. But we're trying to work out who he is. So is there any nighttime stuff after this? I think there is, between this and the Kraken.